Namaskar, welcome to another episode of Beyond Headlines with Akhilesh, Bhargava and me, Sujit Nair. Akhilesh, they say Mr. Arun Jaitley is our favorite topic.
Well, he should be. He's the finance minister of the country.
Correct. Here, we have done more shows about Arun Jaitley than possibly anybody else. But this time, it's a good thing. Arun Jaitley made a statement during the 61st foundation of DRI. He made a statement where he said the officers that investigation should be done diligently and more importantly, do not try to make it into a glamour quotient. Do not try to go running to the media and talk about your investigation or try to get into the limelight. It was a very small thing. Not much of the media covered it. Nobody mentioned it. But actually, he meant a lot. A lot of us think that he was hinting at the CBI versus CBI case. He was hinting at what happened in the CBI. That could be one of it. That could be one of it. But also, the fact that I think, Akhilesh, we've seen a lot of instances where investigative officers have gone out to the media to get popularity, to get into the limelight. They have doled out information which they shouldn't have, which has actually caused huge harm to the investigation. What is your take on this?
Mr. Jaitley is right. I mean, there are enough instances, enough matters that we have also been involved in where we think that the investigative agencies has rushed to the media, maybe because it's an ambitious officer who wants to be in the limelight. Maybe they have tried to pressurize the person concerned who's being investigated. The causes could be any. It could be the officer so eager to show this is what I did. But yes, at the end of the day, the very investigation he was doing has suffered. You remember very recently, the High Court had pulled up some cops in Pune for having gone and addressed the media at a time when the matter was before the High Court. I remember there was one instance of an income tax survey going on at a client of ours. And I distinctly remember I was on my way at the airport and I see a local newspaper. And it carried a headline which was not only wrong, but it also showed that somebody from the department had gone and given information to the local media at a time when the survey was not yet concluded. So this is a trend. Even the recent CBI versus CBI is something similar.
Correct.
Officers going to the press and
even I think even the Supreme Court had asked for explanation.
Any authority is bound to ask an explanation that your job, as Mr. Jaitley says, is to be faceless. Don't do a song and dance. This is his words. Don't do a song and dance when you start an investigation. Correct. He speaks this from experience.
Yes.
These are not some hollow words. I mean, I think everything that he states is from direct experience.
The only face that should be seen in this country is that of the politician. I mean, he said that they are only... No, but yeah, I agree. Jokes apart, I agree. I think he's right in this case. Because if we could just spread our net wide, this goes beyond DRI or...
Oh yes, it goes to every agency.
Correct. It goes to the police. There are so many cases. There are so many investigations which went kaput because of a stupid officer going and speaking, opening his mouth to the press.
And see, the proof of the pudding of this being a wrong strategy or a tactic is the fact how many investigations result in convictions. How many investigations in an income tax department kind of a scene, for example, he was talking DRI. DRI is the highest investigative body for customs and smuggling violations in this country. What is the success rate of all these investigations that they conducted where they went running to the press to, showcase what they were doing? But what was the net result?
Correct.
The net result should have been penalties, convictions and prosecutions. How many of them were successful?
Correct. See, the point is, it's also about, giving information away to people, giving information away to the culprits, giving information away to the people who are attached to him, and people running away, people going away, people trying to eliminate the evidences, so on and so forth. More than that, I think it's also about the culture. This culture of trying to be famous out of somebody's misery or on a raid creates an element of sleaze in the entire environment. I mean, it creates an element of sleaze, it messes the entire thing up more than anybody else. So I think what it also harms, it harms the system directly.
I have two issues on the system, Sujit. A lot of the brilliant officers that we have in the system, nowadays you'll find are from very eminent institutes. You have IIT graduates, IIM pass outs, who are holding very important posts in the bureaucracy. They are supposed to be thoroughbred professionals. Where does it get lost, or where does it get diluted? I mean, you'll find these very eminently educated individuals who rush to the media. So I think there's a defect in the system.
Akhilesh, speaking on behalf of these officers, you see what happens is, if you notice, if you've seen, while a lot of bureaucrats, I've spoken to a lot of senior bureaucrats, and a lot of them I've agreed privately, of course, but a lot of them have not. They said, look, it's not real. But you see, good postings, promotions, key postings, like I said earlier, are given to people who are celebrated, who are famous, who are in the limelight. Okay, a person who keeps quiet and operates, do not get any good postings. He is not given the so-called, promotions. He is kind of sidelined. So it is more important, especially when it comes to, say, the police force, for instance. It is more important for the officer will first call the media and then go there to arrest a person. Okay, this is becoming a norm. You see, I'm sure a lot of our viewers will also agree. There's a lot of videos nowadays that comes, okay, where a district magistrate, young kids, just kind of passed out, taken over kind of people, 30-year-old, 32-year-old. The district magistrates and collectors, they call the media, they have a camera team going around them, and then they will fire, tum kya kar rahe ho, kaise kar rahe ho, wo kar rahe ho, ab bhi iska karwai karo, and they become national heroes. It is circulated everywhere. It goes viral. The entire clip goes viral, and the people become massively this thing. But Akhilesh, good thing about the political system is they clip these people right there and then. Immediately these people are clipped. That's later on. These young officers, they are not really aware that what they're going to face after this their stuff goes viral. But all the same, there is a trend of these young officers going out and doing stuff for the camera. Now it looks like vigilantism, though it is not, but it looks like vigilantism, where he goes, kya kar rahe ho tum? Ye abhi karna tha, ye road kyun nahi bana? Contractor kaun hai? And the contractor is there. As if it's all rehearsed, Have you seen those kind of clippings?
Yes. The one that comes to my mind very recently was this shop being raided by the customs guys in Villeparla. And there was a full camera team. The person in charge was even addressing the media and showing off all that was seized, etc. And the very next day, the High Court passes an order, return everything back, and strictures on the officer concerned. Now, what is it that, there is no fear in the system that the officer doesn't understand that he's crossing a line? Where is it that the system condones it? Because by doing this, he has defeated the very purpose why he went for investigation.
Correct.
Mr. Jaitley is right in saying that your focus has to be conviction. Your focus has to be evidence. Your focus has to be penalties. Your focus doesn't have to be, being in the glare of the media. So somewhere, this kind of a conduct, I think, should be taken as indiscipline.
I think a lot of it, media has to be blamed. They make heroes out of cops who wield guns, and they aim guns, they pose for the media and all that. They make a hero out of them. Okay, they make hero out of these magistrates who says, kya kar rahe ho, kidhar kya, kyun nahi hu abhi? They make a hero out of them. People who work diligently, but people who work silently, they are not even in the limelight. The media couldn't care. Be very honest with you, our own teammates, our own correspondents, even they have their favorites. And if you go to ask them as to why this particular officer is your favorite and why the other person is not, he says, nahi sir, wo baat bahut karta, wo information bahut deta hai humko. So the fact remains that जो information देता है वो famous है, जो information देता है वो favorite है, जो information नहीं देता है वो favorite नहीं है. अगर favorite हो तो आप limelight में रहते हो, अगर favorite नहीं है तो आपको कोई पूछता नहीं है.
So Sujit, the larger issue to me, by this kind of a conduct, they are derailing the very investigation.
Correct.
They are diluting their own duty. According to me, their performance goes down because the proof of the performance of an investigation, finally, if it is crime, is conviction. If it is taxation, is penalty and prosecution and tax collection. Finally, that is the goal. You are diluting that very purpose. So why doesn't the system have some kind of a strong procedure to ensure that they are disciplined? And that proceeding ensures as a deterrent for anybody else in future. So why doesn't that happen?
Correct. I mean, that definitely is a way out. But Akhilesh, tell me, system as on today, okay, there is one system which is the trade system, the legal format, in the way the operation has to be done. And then there is another system which actually, is this parallel system. Like we just mentioned, if you are popular, you are in. You get better postings. If you're not, you normally don't get that cream posting. If you're popular, your promotions are faster. If you're not, well, you still get your promotions. Obviously, that is the norm, but you get it in the way or at the ease in which they want. The point that I'm trying to make is, why can't the law, now the solution to all this, why can't there be strict and more stringent laws, Akhilesh?
I think it's not difficult to stop, Sujit. If there's a department disciplinary proceeding, I can tell you for sure they will stop doing this. So it's not a difficult thing to curb. They may have urges of personal ambition, urges of being seen in the limelight, urges of, showcasing this is what I did. But if the department cuts their wings, they get cut very quickly.
But the only person who cuts their wings are the politicians. A politician never allows a bureaucrat to actually be in the limelight. Normally, 99% politicians...
That's competition for who will hog the limelight.
Correct. But thank God for it, I guess.
No, I'm on to a department proceeding. That you are not allowed to do this. This is indiscipline. This is misconduct.
Correct. Why can't that happen? That is not there. The fact is, there is no code of conduct.
Yes.
The code of conduct doesn't say that you can't go to the press. You can only go to the press now. It is very ironic. Even the best of police services, in the best of agencies, do not have a PR person, do not have a spokesperson. Now, I think recently there are I think Mumbai police has a spokesperson. I don't know if income tax has a spokesperson. But the point is, they don't even have a spokesperson. So what really happens is everybody is free to talk to the press. And they take it as a privilege. Why can't there be a code of conduct? Isn't that the best solution?
I think so. And if that code of conduct is breached, there has to be a disciplinary proceeding.
Why doesn't the bureaucracy insist on that?
To us, that's the obvious solution. But why does it not take place is a question that I think the bureaucracy needs to answer to us. The media is bound to hound them for bites. The media is bound to get into favorite relationships, give me some information that others don't have. But that doesn't mean the bureaucracy is
correct. And here the media is irresponsible also. And I think we should take the blame. Because irresponsible because, you go, you promote, you talk about a person who gives you the information. You do not go in depth to figure out whether he's actually, that person is convicted, if that case is resolved or not. That I don't think any media carries. So the long and short of our discussion today is what Mr. Arun Jaitley says, and I was just going to say for a change. But no, we completely agree to Mr. Jaitley. He's right. Limelight, trying to hog the limelight is one among the most deterrent factors to a successful investigation. And this is something that a lot of bureaucrats and a lot of investigative officers will tell you. That's one of the most major deterrents of investigation. And the fact remains that till such time that this exists, what's going to happen is it is going to have more Nirav Modis and more Vijay Malliyas who will flee away from this country, and we will only come to know once they have reached London. I'm saying London deliberately. So once they reach London. So one of the reasons why this happens is because before anybody knows, the media knows what is the charge sheet, when is the next raid, who is going to be implicated, what is the procedure, what are the other investigative steps they are going to take, so on and so forth. So obviously the culprit comes to know about it beforehand and he scoots. That's what happens more often than not. That is our center of this discussion today. We believe that there has to be a strong code of conduct which has to be actually implemented, and more importantly, PR has to be handled with absolute professionalism by government bodies. There has to be special designated trained people who interacts with the press, others should not. A lot of things will change, a lot of information will be more clearer, and at least you won't have another Nirav Modi at hand. With that, for another day with another topic, namaskar. For more such episodes, please subscribe to HW News and press the bell icon for instant notification. Also, do give this video a like and share the video to spread the word around.